Notorious B.I.G.
50,000 biatch. You know what fucking time it
Giving
is.
shout outs to Death Row, the West Coast.
Let these old punk ass bitches know how we running this shit for the 9-4. Niggas ain't going back to court, you stank ass bitches.
Nigga, don't stop.
I'm stuck in jail, the DA's trying to burn me, I'll be out on bail. If I had a good attorney, wanna label me a criminal and cuff me up. Got a pocket full of money, so they cuff me up. I ain't tripping in the county and I'm mad as fuck. Got a record, so they put me with the baddest bunch. Everybody wanna talk, cause I'm rapping. They asking me what happened, it's the truth, you did a flick with Janet Jackson. I can't sleep, they taking Polaroids. And I'm trying to use the phone, but they making noise. Man, I wish I had my Glock, cause it's...
Oh, good morning. Fuck yourselves. It's DJ Thug X. Figured I'd do a follow up of the last couple of posts and shit. It's really slow going right now getting it out there because there's so much fuckery that's preventing me from doing any of this shit that it's amazing I get anything out, to be honest. But, so if you've been following, keep following because it's probably going to get interesting. Mind you, this isn't supposed to be child's play. I am literally trying to change a corrupt system in a way that nobody's done it before because it's kind of how you have to do it, in my opinion. I mean, basically yesterday I fired my lawyer, of course, right? Because it's pretty common with people like me. I mean, I'll never ever tell a lawyer or anyone how to do their job, but I expect him to do his job. And if I don't feel like I matter, especially in a court of law that's as corrupt as it is, I'm gonna fucking fire you. And I'll do it the same way I do to everyone. I tell them to call legal aid and fire themselves. See, and that's what's funny about this situation, is I didn't call legal aid for this lawyer, right? When I got arrested for trespassing in a parkade I'd never been in, meaning they, like, how did they know I was there, right? And I wasn't being a fucking criminal. I was there with friends at like 9 p.m. They just drove in, basically, and arrested me. Nobody else got arrested, right? Like, discrimination and illegal, right? And then the justice system expects me to follow the rules and do what they want me to do. Well, how about you just do one thing for me? Fuck out of here, right? Because that ain't happening. But that's my point. So anyways, when I went to court the next morning, I was late and I'm trying to, like, you know, give an excuse, bullshit. And they're like, oh no, your lawyer already acted as your agent. I'm like, oh, cool, I guess, right? Long story short, when I finally asked him, I was like, why are you my lawyer? Right? I was like, I didn't apply for legal aid. Telling me some bullshit that I guess we had like, he used to be a lawyer a long time ago. When Jeff ratted me out the first time. I thought it was his girlfriend. Fucking anyways, so fucking, he says we had a conversation or something and that he applied for it. Right? But my problem is he acted as my agent twice. And I have to give him my permission, I never did. And then I was supposed to have court on the 15th. I know that because I called in on the 15th, right? And he told me I already missed it, but, you know, they were supposed to act as my agent. That's what his student told me, right, on the phone. So the one I missed, right, I didn't know about. They don't act as my agent. Get me breached. See what I'm talking about? There's so much fuckery going on here that they think I'm stupid. So anyways, that's not why I fired him. I fired him because of what the deal he wanted with Crown. I have 2 charges coming up. The July 3rd, fucking with the RCP, possession of stolen property, theft of a vehicle, and some other shit. And then one other one, which is causing a causing a disturbance. Now that one is what pissed me off today. I basically, just checking the time, I got 10 minutes. I basically fucking was outside the Salvation Army, okay? Fuck the Salvation Army too, by the way. They used to be good, but with homeless people and how they treat people, they're not good. And I mean that. Like, and if you don't know, you don't know. So don't fucking judge it. But anyways, fucking, the moment the cops showed up, well, mind you, I should say it first, there was cops there in the beginning, the whole fucking time. Why it was such a fucking disturbance, why didn't they handle it, right? So when these fucking 2 goof cops come up to me, the first thing they did was turn my speaker off. Okay? And then I get arrested because I basically fucking schooled them. They're idiots, right? I just fucking told them how it was, pretty much, and they just fucking arrested me. And then they found like a knife just to make it legal. And then withheld my speaker as evidence illegally for 3 months. I just got it back the other day, right? First though, I called in and asked, and they're like, oh yeah, it's here. I went there and they just arrested me. Robbed me again, right? Fucking, you always do. Whatever, I knew I had that warrant. Well, I didn't know, actually. I wasn't sure. But anyways, so fucking the deal, but this is my point. They turned the speaker off, so how's the speaker evidence? Right? But it's the way she did it. I have it all recorded. It's all, everything I talk, every time I talk to these goofs, I record everything. Okay? Anyways, when I went into the property department, they're like, oh yeah, no, we're not giving it to you. I'm like, okay, well, just, you know, I'm recording this, blah. I already gave them my demand letter saying every communication is going to be recorded for disclosure, right? And, you know, blah, blah, blah. 5 minutes later, I'm walking out with the speaker, right? But this is what I'm making it known. So what? They gave it back, it just means they're following the law. I'm still taking the civil court. They still broke the law. I'm going to get mine out of that one. Thank you, idiots, right? You know? But that's what's coming. But I've decided I'm going to represent myself because clearly I can't trust any of these goof lawyers in Vancouver. The legal aid is corrupt as is the justice system, right? And I am smart enough to understand that going into a corrupt system like that and thinking it's going to help me is fucking stupid, right? You got to do it differently. How I'm going to do it. It's basically, you know, I don't know. I guess you're going to have to just watch because like it's not going to be what they're going to expect. Like I think the last asshole called it a shock and fucking awe campaign, right? Even if I lose the court case, I don't give a shit, right? Like it's not even real. 99% of it's been fuckery from the beginning, right? And I have my mother and my ex-wife to thank for this. Thanks, guys. I just love it, you know. You love to see you come on fucking social media and tell everybody your reason for doing that, which you didn't have one. Other than the fact that my mom worked for corrections and my wife is obviously evil. Like what? Anyways, if Brody watches this, hi son, one day hopefully this will make sense. But, you know, hang in there. I know you're fucking tough. Poor kid. Anyways, so I gotta go to court this morning and I'm not gonna say anything about representing myself because that's the point. Everything they're doing is punishment. I mean, I took my criminology for fun in 2017, so I understand a couple of things that some people don't. Like one, there's a document that every good law enforcement in North America gets. It's called Convicting the Guilty. It's their playbook. It's a 387-page PDF, right? And it's everything they got. And I'm not gonna fucking go in there and ruin it all, but there's 3 fundamental things that every cop or investigator has to make sure they follow in this world, North America anyways. And there's not what you think. The first one is you have to be charged. That's like when they come up to you and be like, you're under arrest. You have to understand it, ratify it. You have to say yes or no. Tell you about the legal system, and you have to say yes or no and ratify that too. Second one is you can't be real with the lawyer, meaning like the lawyer's gonna be like, don't say anything. You can be like, I'm not talking, dude. They can convince you that's your lawyer's idea, blah, 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 as long as they don't belittle it, right? Third one, this one's the best. I love this one. As long as it doesn't look like punishment. Not breaking the law, killing people, whatever, right? Whatever they're getting away with, because they are, right? So, now, every one of those they've broken on me, because I was the unchargeable man for a long time in BC. They couldn't even take me to bail. They would look like clowns. They couldn't charter me. Right? Regardless if they thought I speak English or not. I'd just be like, especially in public, it was perfect. I'm like, I don't understand what these goofs are saying. They understand a fucking word, right? They'll be like, oh, you understand English, so that means you understand. That's not how it works. Ratification means I have to say yes or no. Okay? So I don't, but you know, because of that, right? Like I thought I was slick. I'm like, holy shit, this shit worked. But they robbed the fucking shit out of me. And it's like I said, it's not like they come up guns blazing, but I'd fucking respect that if they did, pussies. You know, it's always get arrested for nothing. Right? Like getting high in public, but you can't. Throw it in the drunk tank, wake up, don't charge us different cops, no association, and all this shit gone, fuckers. Right? Whatever. Good for you. Right? I respect the hustle. That's all you got. Right? See, that's the thing. I don't hate anybody. I'm not mad at them. I mean, like, what are they doing? Right? That's the point. It's what I need to know. At least one person on all of this since 2016, basically. Like everybody. My mother, Janeka, Ray, Jen. Right? What, you think I didn't know you were fucking rat race since the beginning, man? I'll say it right now. When I first got out, and you guys were letting me know that I had all that shit that you guys went and sold down the covers or whatever, when I signed into your wife's phone, fucking, because I didn't use technology, our fucking account synced. I read everything that first day. I knew it all. But you've got him close, right? And look, I could give a shit. You probably had to do it because you got yourself in trouble. I get it, right? But, you know, I still want to see you eat rage. It's not on my fucking table. Fucking rat. All he is. Scandalous is horrible for that. And I wasn't even like a criminal back then. No different than anybody else. I mean, if you smoked weed or drank and drove and shit like that, you're criminally minded. And that's the thing I gotta explain. The thing in law, which we call actus reus, is basically the foundation of law. It means guilty mind or criminally minded, basically, right? But all the justice system needs in order to investigate you or spend money on you, I should say, is they have to think that you're criminally minded. But the thing they don't tell anybody, actus reus, means that everybody's criminally minded, because we are in the justice system, right? So, whatever. My lawyer wanted to give me 12 months probation, agreed to 12 months probation with some conditions on causing a disturbance. Well, how was they causing a disturbance, and how would they, like, you know, like, I have to take you to civil court just to prove how stupid this is, because I'm like, fuck you, man. Like, I was like, for one, they turned the speaker off, but two, that's called freedom of expression. That's a human right. No law ever overstate a human right. It's a hierarchy of law. And for my lawyer to agree with that, it says that he doesn't agree with human rights. Go fuck yourself, man. Right? I like to see them pull it on that one. And John knows that. I already wrote my letter. I said, there's no way in hell I'd ever lose that. Why am I pleading? That's why it's so corrupt. Like 85% of my charges I've had, and I don't have a lot compared to a lot of people. I didn't do that shit. Nobody does. That's just how we get out of jail. Otherwise, you stay in jail, and it's not just like for a day or two more. 3 times as long, at least. And you can lose. Right? But why is the fucking Crown pleading with you? Right? Well, it's simple. Without a doubt in trial, like, you know, no hearsay, like without a beyond a reasonable doubt, they know they can't prove it all. So they just like make it look like you did it, you agree to it, go on probation, they keep it going. And the public has been fooled with the bullshit, smokescreen, public safety. If you're the public and you think I'm wrong and you think it is public safety, come online and explain how it's public safety then. Right? Do it. You know? Because you're not going to win that battle. I get it why the public don't care. I mean, like, most you get maybe a speeding ticket, your buddy does, or you see him in a hockey game, right? You know what? I got more cop stories than a fucking cop does, and public servants? No. These guys are goofs. But mostly because they abuse children like my kid, like you all did, and you're gonna look at me like I'm the bad one? Look at Big Mama, Yanni. At least I know I will never hit a fucking child. I'd rather be a criminal any fucking day than me, bitch. Anyways, that's all I'm gonna say, because helicopter's coming in. Go fuck yourselves. Good night. Oh yeah. Today. Oh, fuck that up big time.
Send more pictures and make me some more bitches. All the suckers on the top talking shit while I was locked up. Be prepared to get socked up. Cause the game is deep, but the fame is brief. And you bullshit bitches ain't changing me. I came straight up out the